What's up, guys? It's Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all been having a great Wednesday. I got y'all an update on the heavy rain that is about to start moving in. That's actually already moved into parts of the state, especially the low country and the coast. It's starting to work its way into the Midlands. Hey, if you saw a glimpse of the sun today, I hope you enjoyed it because it's the last time we could potentially see it for the next few days, possibly longer, but we'll get more into that another day. But heavy rain about to settle in. Before we get started on this video, if you haven't subscribed yet, I promise you guys, if you're local here in the Southeast, especially the state of South Carolina, my videos will get much better in the process of making my setup much better and much more appealing and engaging for you guys. So if you already subscribed, much appreciated. If you're just watching the video, that's even appreciated, so thank y'all. But check it out here. I made this graphic. Very simple to read. If you're in the red, 4 to 7 inches of rain, I'm thinking. Orange, 3 to 6. Yellow, 2.5 to 5 inches of rain. Green, 2 to 4 inches of rain. Don't expect these numbers to be exact. That's why I put a range. But and it could turn out to be less, and isolated areas could turn out to be more, especially where areas kind of directionally train, meaning if you just get stuck in an area where it's just pouring down raining and is not moving much. Isolated areas could pick up even more, and some areas could pick up maybe close to 7-8 inches of rain. But we'll continue to watch this and check it out. National Weather Service, when you see them pink, obviously, but when you see reds, that needs to be taken serious. That is a 20% chance, a moderate chance to see excessive rainfall, and excessive rainfall is a lot of rainfall. So in most of the state under the slight area, pretty much take that as we're going to see areas that are going to flood with heavy rain. Now here we go. We have the European model. Actually backed off a little bit. Actually, all the main models backed up a tad bit, but it's still significant rain. It obviously highlights the northwest part of the state where the axis of the solid, more steady, heavy rainfall is going to form. And check it out here. You have the GFS. It has it shifted more northwest, like we've talked about the last several days. We're going to get deep into this video as far as the severe weather threat to it. Severe weather as in some quick spin-ups. And here's the NAM. The NAM's always aggressive. It never fails. It's very aggressive. But it still has a good idea of where the rainfall is going to form. But one thing the NAM is showing, and it's basically... it's the 3km NAM, so it's basically going to give you a good idea of where a potential severe weather setup could be. But this is the National Weather Service prediction. They are very bullish right now. This could update here in the coming hours. But check it out here in the Midlands, the 4 to 5 inches of rain, and it goes up even far into the northwest. And it's a pretty good, decent, quick cutoff just southeast of Columbia in rainfall. But you guys are still going to see a few inches of rain. Very wet. But check it out. Here's the NAM in simulation through the entirety of its run. And basically, if you check out here, it shows Sally breaking apart with the blob. But check out that line of storms that form kind of from the Midlands southeast. So that is something we need to watch because it almost looks like a line of storms, like a squall line kind of setup. And with already so much wind energy, because this is a tropical system, it was previously a Category 2 hurricane at landfall, you obviously have a lot of wind energy that can create spin-ups. And the NAM definitely shows that, and it's just something we really need to pay attention to, because check it out, and it gives you a good idea and shows you where more of the steady rain is going to fall, and where that line of storms comes up, and maybe that's like in a warm sector of the storm, if you will. But check it out. The National Weather Service is already noticing this and has put a huge chunk of the state under a slight risk. Slight risk, we've talked about this during severe weather season in summertime. That's level 2 out of 5. And guys, I don't sound bad, but in the grand scheme of things, when you have a slight risk, in all my history of watching weather, you're normally guaranteed to get some kind of severe weather. Severe weather not fitting that in the category of heavy rain. Severe weather as in severe winds, tornadoes possibly. But it's just something we need to watch. And here we go. We're going to have a little bit closer look of it here. And check it out. This is around 8 a.m. tomorrow. Heavy stuff beginning to move into the state, into the upstate, and it really shows you where that steady, very heavy rainfall is going to fall in the northwest part of the state, northwest half of the state. But you start to get later in the day, and this is around noon time. And don't take this for in stone, because this is going to change. This is the NAM. The NAM likes to be odd sometimes. Odd as in not always super accurate. But I'm showing this because it shows the severe weather threat that is the possibility. Now check it out. You start to get into the warmest part of the day, which is around 4 p.m. right here. And you see a line at the bottom end, I guess you can say, of what's left of the remnants of Sally. It looks like a line of storms tries to form, and it shows this in a couple other models too. But check out the warm sector. It's not really a warm sector, but it's where it looks like maybe some sunshine can come out. And just south of Columbia, it gets into the 80s, maybe the mid 80s briefly. And that's some fuel to some energy to maybe this line of storms producing some quick spin ups. Basically embedded spin-ups in a line of thunderstorms, and usually when that happens, you don't see it coming. It just kind of happens. It's the same kind of setup, if you will. It's not the same exact ingredients, but kind of the same setup as a Halloween event last year, where it was associated with a line of storms. But this is something big we have to watch that may develop later into the day tomorrow, later into the afternoon, evening. But check out, this is the tornado, the significant tornado parameter. And basically, it gives you a level from basically 0 to 10. And right now, you're showing around, what time is this tomorrow? It's around 3 o'clock tomorrow onward from the Midlands, I would say, all the way to the eastern to the coastal areas. Shows a threat for tornadoes. And you see those yellowish, greenish stage. That's from a 3 to a 4 out of 10. So there is a decent chance of some kind of spin-up activity if you were to take the NAM for gold here, and it continues to shift. And as it's shifting, that line of storms is actually associated with the main energy. So it's starting to shift out of the state. And after that, and here I'm about to flip over to the radar simulator here and check out what's left of it. You might have some showers to move in back behind as we get into overnight Thursday into Friday. So this is kind of the wind energy associated with this thing. And as I've said before, you're going to have a lot of wind energy with this because naturally it's Sally. I mean, it's a tropical system and it's moving through, but as you can tell, it's going to be breezy tomorrow naturally because of you got what's left of a hurricane basically moving through the Carolinas. So this is gust. This isn't consistent winds. I don't think there's going to be a consistent 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. But there is going to be some gust of wind, and especially associated with that if there's a line of storms to move through parts of the state tomorrow, which I'm kind of starting to think there might be. So we need to watch this. I think it's a very big possibility. The winds will shift probably early morning hours Friday. They will shift from about like I would say the south to the north, give or take, depending on the directional flow. I haven't looked deep into that, but they will shift to the north regardless of wherever they're at, because the cold front will move through, and its own basically wind will form off the cold front. Because obviously, when you get usually a strong cold front, you got a lot of winds associated with it. So it'll be very breezy Friday morning when that front moves through. And dry air will begin to filter in slowly at first throughout the day Friday, and but we're going to get deeper into this. Probably we're going to give you an updated on kind of forecast on how low we think the temperatures might get over the next several days, and what I think could be an extremely chilly for September weekend here in South Carolina. Man, it is looking crazy, but we'll try to see how that develops, and I'll give you all an update on that. Y'all stay safe. It's going to get nasty the next couple of days, but there is truly a light at the end of the tunnel, and that is some awesome fall air, and we'll get more into that later in the coming days. Y'all have a blessed evening.